Welcome to the final video in our Mastt tutorial series. I'm Jake, and today we're exploring programs, which is a powerful feature allowing you to manage multiple related projects as a cohesive group. Programs automatically aggregate data from individual projects, creating consolidated reports and simplifying management. While projects focus on individual deliverables, programs provide a higher-level view across multiple projects, helping you track performance at an organizational or a portfolio level. Now, one thing to bear in mind is that programs are only available with very specific subscription tiers. If you don't have a program, please reach out to Mastt support or to your administrator to request investigating upgrading your subscription if a program is needed. So, one of the key things to bear in mind is that programs are essentially just containers of defined projects. They automatically aggregate all the data up into one reporting layer, making it easier for you to report on specific programs or areas, which makes it really valuable if you need to report on a portfolio of related projects or track performance across project managers, or if you just want to make sure that you're managing projects in a specific geographical area easily. But there is very limited data entry that happens at the program level. Most data entry happens at the project level. Programs are not really where you'll be entering in any data except for some limited bits of information. So when you are going into the program, same as in a project, you're going to first land on the dashboard. And this is very similar to the project dashboard, but it does have some very specific program-specific tiles because it is aggregating all the data, so it needs to be able to show that information. But as always, you can click and drag to move things around. You can resize them using the bottom corner. But there are some really very specific program-specific tiles, like this projects table that shows every single project in the program and is very customizable. You've got this project phases tile, which will go through and show the specific schedule phase every single project is in. And also your cash flow will allow you to break it up based on project. And as always, you can go through, you can download them, and we do have some very specific templates which you can choose from to go through and use. Now, if we go to the cost module, for example, it's very similar to the project cost module, but it is showing everything in the entire program with an aggregated view of the finances across all projects. So you can see each project's individual finances as well as the aggregated program finances, allowing you just to track it across everything. However, you aren't able to do data entry in this cost module. So for example, you do not have the add button up here. You've got three dots. It does have these. This is just, but if you go through, you couldn't go through and do it through here because there's no data entry that is done up here. But benefit of this is that there's no manual consolidation. Everything is automatically aggregated up. As we go across, you've got all the very same sort of like different parts of the system, including all the way out to cash flow and that sort of stuff. In cash flow, one of the key things that you can do in cash flow at the program level is you can actually close the months for every single project inside the program and reopen them from this page. So say, for example, it's obviously well past July 2022. I can go through and I can close off this, and it will close the month for every project in this program. Then, if I want to, I can also go through and reopen it, and it will reopen all the months for every single project within this program. So I'm just going to go through and close it off again. But that's one of the main benefits is that you can do bulk changes to all the projects when you're looking at something like your actual cash flow, closing off months. Now, what we actually might do is we might just jump into the risk module next. So the risk module is unique because it offers two key risk management capabilities. Now, obviously, first of all, you've got the ability to go through and aggregate all the risks from the rest of your project, but you can also add program level risks just by going through the risk module and hitting add risk. It's the exact same risk form that you would normally have, but one of the key things to bear in mind is that it is designed for program risks, so ones that impact multiple projects simultaneously or relate to program-wide issues, as opposed to individual risks at a project level. one of the other things which you can do is you can go through and create snapshots at the program level. So as mentioned in our previous video, you obviously can go through and create snapshots at a project level, which is great. But if you've got lots of projects, creating individual snapshots can take a bit of time. But if you go through and you take a snapshot of the program level, just same as always, you obviously have got your program snapshot. But if you do that, you've got individual project level snapshots for each of them and links them all together. So they're all linked for consistent reporting. Every single one of them has got a snapshot taken at the exact same time. They will all be very consistent, obviously, depending on if everyone has completed all their work on time. But what it does is that will allow you to go through and with one click, take full copies of every single project within the program. So you've always got that historical access. Now, one thing to bear in mind is that some of the administrative stuff for programs is still done by Mastt support. So reach out to support if you would like to go through, create any new programs, add projects to existing programs, adding users to programs, or removing projects from programs. So those administrative functions still require Mastt support assistance, but if that changes, we will update this. Now, one really important thing to bear in mind is that the more standardized your projects are, the easier program level reporting becomes. So if all of your projects have the exact same budget structure and cost structure, it makes it a lot easier for you to go through and compare your projects and their performance. It adds a lot more value to this program level reporting. So standardization is something which we always recommend. But yeah, that's how you can effectively use programs in Mastt to manage and report on multiple projects. They provide really consolidated reporting, simplified admin, and obviously automated aggregation. But this concludes our Mastt tutorial series. We hope that these videos have helped you understand how to use Mastt effectively for your project and program management needs. If you have any further questions, as always, you can come up to the Need Help button, click there, and you can go and chat with either our support bot or our help staff. And then you can also click there and go to Help. And this is going to take you to our knowledge base, where we've got step-by-step instructions on how to do everything inside Mastt. If you need any further assistance, obviously, you can also go click Contact Support and submit a ticket. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching, and looking forward to seeing what you guys managed to make out of Mastt.